Hi guys, it's Ben Heath from Lead Guru, and in this video, I'm going to give you the answer to Facebook ads volatility. What should you do if you're seeing your Facebook ad results be up one day, down the other, all over the place? How do you cope? What adjustments do you make? All that sort of stuff. That's what we're covering in this video. Before I get into that, I just want to very quickly ask you to smash that like button and of course subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Okay, so there's basically two answers that I want to give to this question. What I've got in front of us in the screen is going to make more sense in a minute. But there's two answers that I want to give to this question. First, I'm going to give the actionable answer, and then I'm going to give you what I think is the better answer to this question. Okay, you'll see what I'm talking about in a minute. Right, volatility. If you're seeing results fluctuate all over the place, I see comments and messages from people all the time saying, I've been running a campaign this week. One day it gets 10 conversions, the next day it gets 2 conversions, the next day it gets 32 conversions, the next day it gets 6 conversions. What do I do about this? This is driving me nuts. How do I change it? All that sort of stuff, okay? Now, the actionable answer is often to increase volume. So statistical stability within a Facebook ad account seems to come from larger audiences, more ads as opposed to less running at any one time, opening things up. So if you've got like targeting exclusions, remove those. If you're only advertising on certain placements, like just Instagram feeds, for example, open it up to Facebook and Instagram as much as you possibly can. Volume seems to give you more stability, which kind of makes sense because when you're super targeted on either delivery settings within Facebook ad account or targeting settings, then you're either going to be more hit or miss. You're either going to really land and often get great results, or you're going to really miss and get nothing. Whereas if you have larger stuff, you're likely to come somewhere in between. So that's the actual answer that I would say is to think about volume. How can you increase the size of your target audiences, both warm and cold? With lookalikes, increase the percentage size. With warm audiences, instead of just targeting website visitors, can you add in video viewers, email list, various other options, okay? But my favorite answer, which I want to get to right now, is to not care about it. Because caring about, and I know that sounds weird, but caring about Facebook ads, your volatile results, is something you can choose not to do. Now, I can almost immediately see you being like, well, hang on, how can I not care about volatility? These are the results that affect the success of my business, affect how profitable the campaigns are. And my answer to that is to be like, that's not actually true. What affects the success of your business and the performance of a Facebook ad campaign is the results over an extended period of time. It is not the day-to-day results. There is no difference to your business generating 20 purchases per day, every day for a month, or some days generating 50 purchases, some days generating 2 purchases, and it averaging out to 20 purchases a day. At the end of the month, there is absolutely no difference to the performance of the campaign, to the profitability of your business, and what I just gave there was a very exaggerated example. If your average is 20, it's not going to be 54 one day to another. It's likely to be 32 one day, 14 another. That would be quite much more realistic, that sort of thing. 10 the next day, 33 the next day, 24 the next day, that sort of thing. You can choose to just not care about it. And I know that's really hard, but I think that's really important. Because if you beat yourself up and you're tearing your hair out and you're looking at these results fluctuating from day to day, it's so easy to make mistakes. It's so easy to wade into your ad account, sort of guns blazing, and just change things, make adjustments. Right, this ad performed terribly yesterday afternoon or the last 2 days. Let's go and kill it. You need to look at things over an extended time period. And with the iOS 14 changes that are happening right now as I'm recording this video, this is only going to become more and more important because we are seeing an ad reporting delay. So yesterday's data in your ad account might not actually correspond to yesterday's ad spend. It might correspond to ad spend that happened 2 days before it. It also might be partially modeled because we don't have all the conversion data. So it may be less accurate looking at it today than if you look at yesterday's data in 3 weeks' time, looking back at that same day. So hopefully that makes sense, right? Because Facebook's had more time to gather the data on it. So it's becoming more important than ever to assess results over a much longer time horizon, which I've been talking about since forever, but also just to chill out. Honestly, you'll have a better life. I've seen so many people get so stressed about their Facebook ad account, and I completely understand because I've been there. I'm the owner of a Facebook ads agency. We have clients who freak out about short-term dips in results, and we're very often trying to it doesn't matter. If we then see good results the next few days, it averages out, it's all absolutely fine. These things are natural. And I think that the reason why the best answer to how to cope with Facebook ads volatility is to not care, is to just let it be. Let the results do this and just work on averages, work on fortnightly averages, monthly averages, 6 monthly averages, and assess results and adjustments based on that stuff. It's because there's so little you can do about it. There's so little that you can do to actually remove volatility and get consistent results every day. I already mentioned the actionable answer, which is increasing volume, increasing audience size, yada, yada, yada. But there are so many external factors that will massively impact the results you get today. Not over a month. External factors are unlikely to affect the results you get over the next 3 months that much. But today, there could be a massive news story. There could be terrible weather where you're at your local business and there's terrible weather outside. That can make a big difference. Or it's a really sunny day and everyone's sat out in their garden, or they're spending time away from devices. That can make a massive difference. The last 12 months has been the best lesson in that ever. All the things we've had with lockdowns and various announcements and how that affects people's behavior and stuff like that. These can all have a massive impact. The level of competition on the platform over a short time period can have massive fluctuations. You could have, particularly if you're advertising to a relatively small niche, or you are advertising in a local area where your audience is a bit smaller, these things tend to be exaggerated when things are a little bit smaller, is perhaps another advertiser, a really big player, like a big business is going to be dropping big money, has just ran a massive campaign. They just launched a massive campaign in your local town or to your specific target audience that's quite small today. Perhaps they'll stop advertising it in a week. They just got one massive promotion for a week. You'd never know that. I mean, I suppose you could find out if you went into like the Facebook ad library and checked all your competitors, but it's highly unlikely you're not going to know that. But that could have a massive impact. So there's just so little you can do about volatility, and really it doesn't matter. Okay, it does not matter. You can allow things to do this in the short run if you track the long-term trends. And we've had that conversation so many times where I've looked at an ad account and they've been like, oh, it goes all over the place, and you go, yeah, but have you seen that this month you're actually 8% better than you were last month when you take the month as a whole? And they'll be like, oh, okay, that's pretty good. That's absolutely fine. Okay, so don't worry about volatility. Now, the reason I've got that in front of us right now is this is a free webinar, and there's twofold I want to talk about this. A, you can go and sign up for this free webinar. It's 3 killer Facebook ad strategies to double or more your revenue. So go ahead and check that out. The link is in the video description below. So go ahead and sign up for it. Well worth watching if you want to get better results for Facebook ads. But something I really wanted to highlight about this webinar is, firstly, I have more information in the strategies that I give around timeframes that you want to be assessing results over, and how to approach this issue of volatility, and fleshing out some of the stuff I discussed and how you put it into practical terms in terms of adjustments and optimizations. Okay, that's the first thing. Secondly, I was looking, just before I did this video, I was looking at the data for people signing up for this webinar, okay? And the data in terms of from day to day is all over the place. So one day I might have 15 people sign up. Another day I might have 25 people sign up. Another day I might have 3 people sign up. It's all over the place. I don't assess, I had no idea that was the case for this webinar. I don't assess the data on it on a daily basis. I assess it on, well, like all the metrics I assess in my business, usually on a monthly basis, personally. It's what I like to operate off, with an eye to longer term trends. And it was just like such a fitting thing that I wanted to recommend this as a free resource for people, because it gives actionable advice around optimization and strategy and things like that. And also, this is a perfect example of exactly what I'm talking about in this video, in that, yeah, I see people signing up for this in varying amounts massively. And of course, it might correspond with, if I release a video, there's likely to be a lot more, and there's all sorts of external factors to this thing itself. that's going to make a big difference. So I just thought that was a little interesting thing, that I'm not just recommending this. This happens in my business all the time. When we get inquiries for new clients, some days we will get 8 new inquiries, other days we will get none. And that is not a problem. So just, if you take anything away from this video, is just to calm down about volatility in your Facebook ad account. Don't worry about the fluctuations, worry about the long-term trends, and just relax. Just let it go. It's only going to stress you out. Be my recommendation. Okay, so hopefully this video has been useful. Please smash that like button before you go. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already for more Facebook advertising related content. I've got lots going to be coming out around iOS 14 in particular, because there's tons going on about that. Comment below if this was useful. Comment below if you now feel more relaxed and all chilled out. I'd love that. That would be a great outcome for this video. Please let me know. And of course, go ahead and check out this webinar. It's completely free. Links in the video description. I think you'll be glad you did. Okay, thanks a lot, guys. Bye for now.